This is Eagle Owl, and today we're going to talk about should the Eagles sign Tyler Boyd? Also, the right guard position, who will win that battle? And lastly, we're going to go ahead and talk about Andrew Mukuba. Will he be a star? Will he be more excited than the Travis Hunter? But let's get straight into it. All right, man, we're going to get straight into the topics. So I've been seeing jitters and articles around, football, and maybe it's just slow days, slow weeks or whatever. But a lot of these predictions are coming out. Should the Eagles sign another wide receiver? And the one article I read was Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd had about 399 yards last year, couple touchdowns, over 30 plus receptions with the Tennessee Titans. Now, I was a big Tyler Boyd guy when he was with the Cincinnati Bengals. I thought he was great at that wide receiver three position. The Bengals let him go. He signed a cheap deal with the Tennessee Titans. And, his numbers weren't extravagant. It wasn't the best. It was a typical wide receiver three numbers. 400, 300 yards, couple catches here and there. Let you know he really fit that role. No disrespect to him, but he's that wide receiver three, wide receiver four. He can take over a game here and there. But the main thing the article was saying is that we should sign him to push Jahad Dotson, because they feel like the guys we got behind Jahad Dotson, it's not going to really push him. And they look at it like, the wide receiver four is actually a need in Philadelphia. And at first, when I first read it, I'm like, nah, there's no way. We got Smitty, we got AJ, we got Dawson, you got Dallas Goedert. You don't need to bring in like another wide receiver just to be a wide receiver four. And then Tyler Boyd, his skill set, he's probably going to want to see the field. Or if he don't got any traction out there, he might have no choice but to sign a cheap deal with the Philadelphia Eagles or something like that, or somewhere else. But I really thought about this before I jumped the gun and say absolutely not. So there was something that happened last year, and it was week 3, week 4, and it was against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think it was week 4. AJ was hurt, dealing with some hamstring, I believe. Devontae Smith played the Saints. Remember, he got that concussion. And we had to roll out, I believe, I can't remember the guy's name. He is Speedster. He's a real fast guy, but haven't made a mark in the NFL. He played with the Cincinnati Bengals. He played with the Giants. Let me know in the comments his name. It's just slipping my mind. Then you had like Johnny Wilson out there. They have Goddard. You had Saquon. I think even Lane Johnson got hurt that game. Safe to say the Bengals, the Buccaneers caught us at the right time. Injuries. We still trying to figure it out. And they did a number on us. I can't front. I can't lie. But I will say this. If you give me Jahad Dotson, Tyler Boyd, Dallas Goedert, I think you can win a game with that wide receiver, trio. Even though I know, obviously, Dallas Goedert's not a wide receiver. Again, Tyler Boyd did good things in this league. Jahad Dotson obviously was a number one with Washington at one point, and we know Dallas Goedert can take over a game. Whereas, though, you give me this scenario, you give me Jahad Dotson, Johnny Wilson, Anaya Smith, maybe one of the UDFAs to start on the opposite side, then Dallas Goedert. Any other team will just not worry about Anaya Smith or Johnny Wilson or whoever we have on the opposite side. So what I'm trying to say is, what do we do in the scenario if both guys were hurt? Can you win with a Jahad Dotson and Tyler Boyd? I think you can win a game. I think it's better than a Paris Campbell. This guy's name is slipping my mind. I'm so mad. This is obvious, and I know you guys are going to put it in the comments. I think you can win a game. I really do. So the wide receiver four, we always talk about wide receivers, what we have, and again, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Jahad Dotson. But the wide receiver four position, is wide open. Do you trust Terrence Marshall Jr.? I haven't seen enough, but he's having a good camp. Do you trust a Danny Gray over a Tyler Boyd? You get what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if you have a game where two guys are missing, and Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, do you trust Jahad Dawson and Terrence Marshall Jr. or Jahad Dawson and Tyler Boyd? So I could see that. I know another name was thrown out there like Gabe Davis. I've been seeing. So I wouldn't be mad at it, but is it like, oh my God, we need that? Nah, not really. Because remember, we only lost two guys in one game one time last season. So, I mean, it's not really like a need. But I wouldn't be mad at it. Like when I first seen it, I'm like, no way. But when you think about it, it's like, you can see it happening if you take a really cheap deal. But speaking of battles, let's talk about the right guard position. Let's talk about Tyler Steen, because you guys were on me in the comments. Why are you always talking about Mekhi Becton? Let's talk about Tyler Steen. So Tyler Steen, can he win that battle? So one thing the Eagles did, they signed a lot of competition and even traded for some competition. So you got Tyler Steen, you got Kenyon Green, Trevor Keegan, who's making the transition to right guard. And you got my guy, Matt Pryor, who I love. I love Matt Pryor when he was with Philadelphia, but we had to ship him away to get rid of Carson Wentz. We know how that whole thing went, but he came back. He came back, and I have to say this, man. It's Tyler Steen's spot to lose. It's just his spot to lose, because I know this thing is going around, because I know training camp is coming up. A lot of like, who's going to win this battle? Who needs that breakout year? And this is the battle. It catches my eye on the offensive side of the ball, because it's not too many battles, but where you see the battle is backup tight end and starting right guard. I will say this about Tyler Steen. Same thing that happened last year with the Mekhi Becton thing. Tyler Steen, and I know it happened, is football, but if he stay healthy, it's his spot to lose. Now, if he give Matt Pryor, I will say this, if he give Matt Pryor a shot at that position, that will be Matt Pryor's spot. But Tyler Steen hold up, stay healthy, develop, that's his spot to lose. But if he has some weird ankle injury or something like that, and Matt Pryor, again, get a hold of that spot playing beside Lane Johnson, it's going to be really hard. Now, I think Tyler Steen is way better than Kenyon Green. I think right now he's better than Trevor Keegan, and I like Keegan a lot coming out of college. I think Keegan should just stay at left guard and just be that backup, because Landon, from time to time, does deal with injury. And, you know, if you got Keegan right behind him, I think he should stay there for sure. But, you know, just give him a shot to start. And, I think Tyler Steen is better than the rest of the backups. But him and Matt Pryor, I think that's the real competition. But again, it's Tyler Steen's spot to lose. Well, let's talk about the safety, man. The rookie safety and Andrew Mukuba. So Bleacher Report, again, these slow news articles, they is like, which rookies, 6 rookies, can be more exciting than Travis Hunter? Because, you know, Travis Hunter was the name coming out of college because he played cornerback and wide receiver. But which rookie? And one of the guys on the list was Andrew Mukuba. Andrew Mukuba, because the way he played, he's very smart on the field. Just think of C.J. Gardner-Johnson on the field. He would miss some tackles here and there, a tad bit undersized, but very smart on the field. What he got over C.J. Gardner-Johnson is coverage, because there were times, even during OTAs, they would put him in the slot to guard some of these slot receivers. He's really that good. So even if Andrew Mukuba doesn't start over a Sidney Brown, you will still see Andrew Mukuba on the field because his cover skills are really great. And they think, they're like, yo, if he could beat out Sidney Brown, he could be very exciting. They even compared it to like a Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. How you didn't know what you can expect from those guys year one, but year one was very exciting, especially for a guy like Cooper DeJean, who we didn't know was going to start. We thought it was Avante Maddox, but he comes in week 4, week 5, week 6 because we had week 5 off, and did his thing. Quinyon Mitchell out the gate did his thing, and you got Andrew Mukuba paired with a Vic Fangio who knows how to develop young talent. Yeah, it could be very exciting. He could turn some heads. Definitely if he beat out Sidney Brown. But the article did mention, like, yo, is a hungry Sidney Brown who want that spot for sure. But if he happened to beat him out, watch out for Andrew Mukuba. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But a little bit of topics. You know, the ring ceremony is coming very soon. I think in like 10 days. Next thing you know, it's training camp. But that's all I got for you guys, man. Hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel? The right guard battle position. Do we need a wide receiver 4? And Andrew Mukuba can be a star. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.